Hey guys, hopefully you all are having an amazing day on today. And I just wanted to come on because I was actually sitting here thinking about life, just thinking about situations, thinking about things. And sometimes life just does not pan out. It does not turn out the way that you want it to turn out, the way that you think that it's going to turn out. And most of the time, if it doesn't turn out that way, then most of the time it's probably not supposed to turn out that way. It probably was not God's will for it to turn out the way that you wanted it to turn out. And I was reading in Proverbs. I was reading Proverbs 11 through 16 today, and it was talking about many are the plans in a man's heart, but it is the Lord's it's the Lord's plans that will pan out basically in your life. That's not verbatim, but sometimes we get to a point and we are disheartened, and that we're disappointed, and that we feel like we are not prospering, or we are not getting to that place, or we're not where we want to be. But as long as we're in the will of God is what actually makes the difference. That's actually what makes, all the sense. And so when we find ourselves in that state of mind, I believe that is the time that we need to have some PR time. And I know PR normally stands for public relations, but this PR is prayer and release. And so this morning, I was there. I was in that place, and I was like, God, it just seems like my life is not is not panning out like to where I thought I would be, what I thought I would be doing, how things, I thought things would look. And so I went into P&R with the Lord. And as I went into P&R with the Lord, I went in praying, and all of a sudden, as I went in praying, I began to release, in the P&R time, sometimes you find yourself weeping, sometimes you find yourself laughing. Sometimes you find yourself shaking your head, and sometimes you find yourself in a state where you just really don't know what to pray. But those are the times that the Holy Spirit will make intercession for you. And so I would just encourage you all, even as you reflect over your life and you're not where you think you ought to be, when you're in the will of God, you need to understand that you are in the place where God already knew that you were going to be. And just stay focused on Him. Just put your trust in Him, and take those moments every single day and get that P&R in there, because it's necessary for growth. All right. God bless.